The silence of space was a deceptive thing. Lieutenant Mira Voss had learned that the hard way. Silence wasn't peace. It was the quiet before the screams. The USS Halcyon drifted through the outer rim of Zeta Quadrant, far beyond the edge of regulated colonial territory. The ship was a long-range reconnaissance vessel, barely staffed, retrofitted for stealth and speed. It wasn't meant to fight. It was meant to see. But there were some things in space that didn't want to be seen. Mira stared at the flickering transmission on the comm screen. A distorted voice repeated fragments of a distress signal, warped by radiation interference. Vega outpost. Under attack. Non-human, requesting immediate, then static. Over and over. That signal had pulled them off course. Protocol said they should forward the coordinates to Colonial Command and wait. But Command was over 2 weeks out. The Halcyon was just 6 hours away. The choice had been Captain Rourke's. He made the call. They arrived in orbit around Vega Outpost, a mid-tier mining and research station on a barren, storm-racked planet. From above, the facility looked intact. No hull breaches, no fires. But no lights either. No movement. Rourke ordered a boarding party, standard scan and rescue. Mira, being the security lead, was part of the 4-person team. She remembered the chill that ran down her spine as the dropship descended. Maybe it was the unnatural calm. Maybe it was instinct. The landing pad was covered in sand, as if no ship had touched down in days. They forced the airlock open. Inside, the station smelled wrong. Too clean, too dry. No hum of machines. No distant thrum of generators. Just the echo of their own boots against metal floors. Their helmets displayed environmental stability. Air was breathable, but no life signs. None. They split into pairs. Mira and Dr. Hahn, the team's biologist, went toward the medical wing. Rourke and Ensign Kellerman headed for engineering. The corridors were lined with shattered lights and odd marks. Scratches, as though something had clawed the walls. The deeper they went, the more Myra's gut twisted. There were no bodies, no blood, just nothing. In the med lab they found it. Not a person. Cocoon. Organic, fleshy, pulsating slightly, tethered to the walls with dark, sinewy material. Dr. Hahn leaned close, his scanner whirring. This isn't human. This is something else. That's when they heard the first scream. Rourke's voice crackled over comms. Frantic. It's alive. Kellerman's down. Retreat to the drop. Static. Mira ran. Hahn followed. As they reached the central hall, they saw it. Something fast, black, an inhuman dart past the corridor intersection ahead. Long limbs, a ridged, domed head, a tail like a whip tipped with a blade. The Xenomorph. They made it back to the landing pad, only to find the dropship ruined. Its hull torn open like a can, circuitry smoking. Rourke's body lay nearby, crumpled and motionless. Blood pooled around his broken helmet. His face was still frozen in terror. Mira had seen combat. Pirates, insurgents, planetary rebels. But she had never seen anyone die like that. Panic threatened to take hold, but she locked it down. Training kicked in. First, shelter. Second, contact. Third, escape. They ran back inside, sealing the bulkheads behind them. They made it to the command center. It was untouched. Power flickered. She booted up the emergency systems. The station's logs were a mess. Corrupted, overwritten, files infected with some sort of organic code that seemed to grow like fungus across the screen. Then they found the research logs. Dr. Hahn decoded just enough to understand the gist. The scientists had found something beneath the surface during a dig. An egg, fossilized but intact. They brought it inside, studied it, and it hatched. The note spoke of a parasite, something that used human hosts to gestate. It grew inside them, then burst free, killing the host. They called it a Xenomorph. The rest of the logs were videos. Security footage. Mira forced herself to watch. The first attack was quick. A scientist infected by the creature died in the infirmary. The chestburster erupted from his torso. Chaos followed. The thing grew fast. Within hours, it was 2 meters tall and hunting. They tried to trap it, burn it, shoot it. Nothing worked. One by one, they vanished. The last footage showed the survivors trying to escape. The camera cut off just as one of them turned around and screamed. Dr. Han looked pale. This species is not just predatory. It's methodical, intelligent. Mira agreed. The Xenomorph was more than a monster. It was an apex organism, built to survive. It approached. She saw intelligence in its movement, recognition, as if it knew her. She realized it did. She had fought it, heard it. It wanted her alive, not to kill, to become. An egg opened beside her. The facehugger emerged. Mira screamed. A hiss, then silence. Hours passed. Or days. Mira didn't know. Her body burned. Her mind drifted. She should be dead. But she wasn't. Something was wrong. Or right. She didn't understand. Then she heard voices. Real ones. Colonial Marines. They came in force, responding to her beacon. Explosions rocked the hive. Gunfire. Screams. The Xenomorphs fought back. But they were losing. Mira felt the battle through the walls. Then light burst through as the Marines cut their way into the chamber. They found her, pulled her out. She saw one of them stare at her chest, fear in his eyes. "We need quarantine," he shouted. "Now!" They took her, hooked her to machines, scanned her, but there was nothing inside. No parasite, no embryo,